we need to go straight into the work session, or you want to take about 5-10 minutes? Go straight through it, okay? E-rate and Brent Thrasher is, did we let him get away?
Well, he's not here,
Okay.
but I can tell you, try to tell you the best I can what that is. If you remember, last year, I think we had applied for some money through E-rate to upgrade some of the infrastructure in some of the schools, and I think there were a couple that were, we still had some money left over, and I think that was Wilson, and I think Rickman, and I may be wrong on the schools, okay? But what he's wanting to discuss was the potential of us funding. It'd be, I think, 20% of that project, which I think was right around $9,000 to upgrade those two schools' infrastructure as far as internet is concerned.
82-13-60.
Yeah. So, okay, that's what that was about. So.
That's the same presentation he gave you.
That is correct.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody have anything else?
Can we just put that E-rate on the next, do we need to approve that on the next meeting?
If you,
Yes.
Put that on there. I got a couple things. They're gone now, but A.H. Roberts, I got the opportunity again to go to their veterans program, so phenomenal job this year. I know all schools do veterans programs, so thanks to all the schools that do those programs and put those together. LA Volleyball, they ended their season. Great season this year, ended up being 26-11 overall. They were the district and region champions and got to go to the state for the first time in many years. So unfortunately they lost in the state, but a phenomenal year for the volleyball team. A couple weeks ago, the LA band placed first in a marching invitation that happened. I think there was another competition they did real well in this week. I haven't read that one yet, but I just want to congratulate them also. Then Coach Lamb for football, obviously they're having a great season. He just became the most winningest coach in LA football history, so congratulations to him. So our sports are having phenomenal. Soccer sub-state, so they had a phenomenal year. So congratulations to the soccer team as well.
We had a golfer in the state tournament.
we did have a
Golf
golfer
went
in
to the
state
state
tournament.
also.
And a track in the state.
And track in the state,
Yeah.
so
Sure did.
a lot of phenomenal things happening. And last thing is I just want to give a quick update on the JROTC program. Been doing a little bit of research on that. So the requirements to have a JROTC program is you have to have 10% of your students at that school or 100, whichever is less. And I think the attendance is, what is it, like 930 at the high school. So in order to have a program, we have to have at least 93, which is 10% of those to participate in the program. Once you get that participation, you have to fill out an application, send it into the Army. There's only 1,709 programs nationally that can have they can only have 1,709 programs. So once you fill out the application, you get approved and you're on a waiting list. And that way, if another program or another school drops below the required mandated attendance or participation, then you would be next in line to go. Once you are in line to go, the Army provides a portion of the pay. You have to have one retired officer and one retired non-commissioned officer. They both have to be 2 instructors for that. Obviously, you'd have to have a classroom for those in there. But according to what I've read up on, the Army does provide all their uniforms, all the equipment, all the automation, everything they need. The only thing the schools would be at would be a portion of the salary for the instructors. But obviously, it's a a waiting list to do. So what I'd recommend and like to do is if maybe we can get a survey out to the high school just to see, and maybe even go down to 7th and 8th grade level, just to see what the interest would be in a JROTC program, because if the 7th and 8th graders are eventually going to be coming up to that in the next couple years or next year. If we think we may have enough, then do some more research after that and see what that is. Can we do that, Dr. Winningham?
We can.
So we'll do a survey and see what that comes back, and we'll kind of take it from there. So
appreciate what everybody's done for our country, and also like we done said, but I think Teresa, that's huge, what she's done, and that her team, or whoever's been on that has done, that is great for our children. Changed lots of lives. Thank you.
One thing I want to mention, I've got a couple of phone calls about maybe re-looking at, and this is aimed at the building committee, maybe a track around the football.
We're gonna talk about that
Sure.
right after the meeting. We'll have a work session. Anybody that wants to stay can stay.
Committee
Committee.
That's what I meant. Building committee meeting after the work session. Anybody that wants to stay can feel free, but that's gonna be part of the discussion.
Wanted everybody to know so that they have the opportunity to come. Anything else?
One thing, back to the JROTC, before you send, or as you send the surveys out, that's what's going to happen. Can there be something, I would recommend something in the paper about the program, and that surveys will be coming home, because a lot of times parents, they're like, what is this? You know, does this mean my child's signing up for the military? Some sort of, background information or PR in the papers, I think would be good too.
Now let me ask this. Since homeschool is allowed to participate in our other activities, would they be allowed to participate in the ROTC program?
I'd have to research and find out, but I would think they would be able to.
I'm not sure on that either. Usually I think that is in the school day.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, what I read up, the Army provides the curriculum for that program, and I think it's an instructed class during school time that would have to be worked in curriculum. So I wouldn't think so, since it's in the curriculum for the school. I wouldn't think that'd be considered an extracurricular activity.
But I would check on it.
Yeah, definitely.
But if we get to the point and have enough interest, we can find out.
Give us a little update on the gym floor at high school.
Oh, they have a temporary floor in place. It's just like they would put in a facility for the Final Four. We had some concern about the length of the floor, as far as from a safety aspect. And so what they have done, they've extended the floor on each end to reach the bleachers, and they put a plastic sectional thing that snaps together, that you can actually use as a floor to extend that. That floor, that's a temporary floor, just comes as a kit. You can't add on to it. Okay, so when they put all the pieces together, that's it. Okay, so in order to extend that, they had to get those plastic pieces, put that on the end of the floor, and it reaches to the bleachers on the end. There was some concern, you know, it's not uncommon to have a kid go into the, especially where the student section is, they'll go into those bleachers over there where the students are. Their concern was that they would step off there and not fall.
Did the insurance pay for that, or we?
Well, we're in the process of determining exactly how that's gonna work. So we don't know exactly how that's gonna work. We don't even know at this point exactly what the remedy is for the existing floor there. So we'll find that out either at the end of the basketball season or the end of the school year.
Was it a new floor or was it?
It was a section of the floor that was, I'm gonna say, about 10 to 12 feet on each side of the center court that they cut out. They came in, put new wood in, sanded it down, and when they sanded it down, some of that floor was too thin to be usable at that point. So the best solution that we had was to put that temporary floor in, allow them to play on it this year. Once the season's over, once the school year's over, we'll take that up. We'll go in, what their plan is to go in and drill holes in the floor, throughout the floor, to see if we can extend that section they replaced, or if we have to put a new floor.
And I think it was pretty slick, and I think they put something down.
They did,
That's
they
right.
put a, one layer of like polyurethane on it so that it would not be, so slick, and they have also provided the old, damp mops that they used to clean the floor with back years ago, and so we'll have to clean it with that, so. And I think they provided chemicals to do that as well.
Anything else? I need a motion to adjourn. Mr. Dowell, motion to adjourn, second.